I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So, come take a look. Give me the hook for the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. I don't want praise, I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some think it's noise, I think it's pretty. And so what if I love each feather and each spangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out loud, I am what I am. I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I deal my own deck, sometimes the ace, sometimes the deuces. There's one life and there's no return and no deposit. One life, so it's time to open up your closet. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I
Good morning, good afternoon, bom dia, buenos dias, ciao, ohayo gozaimasu. 5 in the morning, life is beautiful. So it's a pleasure to have this wonderful special guest this time. And the guest is from Italy. He's a guy who I have all my respect. And then it's a pleasure to have him here. I try to do some, Italian stuff, and then just realized by myself that I need to learn Italy because I think it's a beautiful language. And then, I'm not ready for that, but let me see. And also Curzio helped me with that, but was not on time, but let's see. Buongiorno Giappone e buonanotte Italia. È un piacere avere questo meraviglioso professionista che rappresenta Italia e tutto il mondo con gare di aerobica a giocare hip hop. Si prega di inviare le messaggi durante i talk show Bienvenido, mi gran amigo Curzio
Ciao.
Buffachi.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, my
Good
friend.
morning slash good afternoon slash good evening.
It's a pleasure to have you in. I salute your gold life, okay? I salute your
Thank you.
gold life.
Thanks.
I also get ready with my Mickey Mouse cup here, of course, in the gold collar. And the gold book is ready to start with the interview and everything. How are you doing
Sure.
today? What time is there now?
It's about 10 past 10 in the night. So normally at this time I'm about to go to sleep, but today I'm very excited. So I think I'm gonna stay awake for a little while.
Nobody's sleeping here, my friend. Nobody's sleeping here. So, did you enjoy your opening video?
Well, I was quite crying. I mean, there was incredible pics from the past, and it was just like my family, my dad, people I love from even not absolutely the cousin of my husband's. Everybody was in it, so it was just like crazy. It was very emotional. It looks like being on TV, when they want to make a surprise for you.
Well, there's this show, I mean, you were invited because of your contribution, for the dance, for the fitness, aerobics competition, and hip hop. There's a lot of stuff. You are everywhere, and you have my respect as an artist, as a professional, as a dancer, also as a judge, because you're the guy who really judge like what you see. And then I remember like many times you just getting angry, like this is wrong, and then that was wonderful. So you are what you are. So I am what I am. No, that's why I
Yes,
choose the music. Like, no, that's crucial.
absolutely.
That's crucial, and he don't pretend
Yeah,
to be anybody. If
it's
if
not
if
easy.
they
Eh?
like you, they like. If they don't, they don't. That's you. Huh?
Sometimes it's not easy trying to be who you are, and even especially when you want to be a fair judge and you need to go against you know what thank you what they think you should judge, but instead you really want to judge applying the code of points. But you know that because me and you have been judging together, seated side by side several times, and normally
That's
we
right.
were completely on the same line and the same page. I remember a couple of times we were doing difficulty in ANAC together.
Yeah.
There was not even need to talk because it was like yes, no, -1, half a rotation. Everything was just exactly, we were looking at everything at the same way, so it was quite easy.
That's right. That's right. Look, we have here the world champion Alessandro Paiva.
Ciao Ale. My friend, he's one of my best friends, and Alessandro was also my choreographer when I was competing. The
Oh,
second
didn't
part of
know
my
that.
the second part of my competing career, Alessandro was my choreographer because I saw him competing in the World of '93, and I was
Mm-hmm.
basically stumbled off the chair, and I was like, whoever is this guy, he needs to come to Italy and he will be my choreographer, or this is the last thing I'm gonna do in my life. And so basically I stalked him until he accepted to come to Italy, and then he did my choreography for two times, like '94 and '98, and then
Oh,
he also came and worked with me. Like at one point in my career, I was really focusing on my job, like daily job, not aerobics. And so I asked
right.
Alessandro to come, and he spent 6 months in Italy, and he was choreographing all my former athletes. And so basically, he's just like, for me, it's just like a piece of my heart, you know?
That's beautiful. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to the sponsors because it's important to have, the support.
Yes.
And then we're gonna start your show, your interview. Because listen, it's an interview, but we never know what's gonna happen. So
Okay.
get
I'm
ready.
for you. I'm ready. I
Just a
think I'm
minute.
ready.
Okay, bye.
If you're looking for a good time, call me. I'll be there before you even know it. It's no trouble, don't mean a thing. Snap your fingers and I'm on the scene. Come in, honey, I make you believe it. I got
And we're back. We're back.
Good.
Yeah, I just want people to understand this is not a live. This is a real interview, and the plan for the business plan is to be a really talk show, like internationally, with many languages, bringing people that the example, people that's gonna make a difference in the new generation that have like the life experience and to share. So, Curso, before we start, I have to ask the first question that I ask to everybody. You're gonna tell
Okay.
me right now. Who
Okay.
is Curzio Buffachi?
Ooh. Okay. Curzio Buffachi, that's me.
Buffachi,
Okay.
sorry, Buffachi.
Buffachi is someone who's normally very passionate about the things he believes in. I am, let's say, I am living the life, my professional life is a little bit different from what I expected, because I have a daily office job. I'm like as a project manager, I do something completely different. I wish my full-time job was working in sport as a choreographer, or like basically being involved in gymnastics. But I couldn't do that because when I was competing, I had a big injury, and so I had to stop completely. Ciao, Ale is writing to me to teach. Specifically, I had to stop competing and teaching. So basically, those were the two things I liked the most, and then I had to stop. And so, I had a plan B because I was getting my degree at the university. So let's say. I am many different things. I am a little bit of a project manager. I need to carry on my artistic side. So basically, until today, basically until the pandemic, I still was doing choreographies for aerobics because I really like to have let's say creative outlet. I have my regular life Monday to Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I have the creative stuff. I am somebody who is totally in love with my husband since 14 years, and with my nephews and with my family. I'm like a typical Italian family man. Like I'm,
Okay.
like my mom, she cooks better than everybody else in the world. All these things, and for something that really describes me, I really care about my friends. Like I still have friends from the elementary school, and I always try to keep in touch with everybody, because I think everybody can give your contribution to your life, even for just 5 minutes, maybe. I'm always somebody who likes to carry my friends with me through the different ages of life.
Perfect. That's wonderful. Yeah, there's somebody else that want to talk something about you. Let me see who's there.
Okay.
Oh, there's somebody here. Oh yeah, there you go.
Ciao Curzio, solo un breve messaggio per dirti quanto il tuo contributo a livello coreografico sia stato importante per tutti noi nel mondo dell'aerobica, la meraviglia di tutte le combinazioni che riuscivi a creare tra braccia, gambe, dita delle mani e lift, che ho potuto apprezzare in tutti gli atleti che hai allenato e che hanno gareggiato anche contro di me, da Eleonora De Palma, Alex Fenton, Giorgio Piccinelli, Davide Lagagnina, Elena Fantuzzi e chi più ne ha più ne metta. E niente, solo per dirti che non ho avuto il piacere di essere una tua atleta, ma ho l'onore di essere una tua amica. Ti mando un bacio e ancora grazie.
I love Giovanna.
Bravissima.
Oh my God, I love Giovanna. She's an incredible person, she has been an incredible athlete, and the best thing of her, she's always been very humble, and she's never been big-headed. She's always been like, focused on training. And yeah, she's right. She's probably the only big female champion we had in Italy that never worked with me, but we became friends, like being at the competitions together. We didn't really know it, and then we started getting closer and trying to know each other, and then we became friends. And she's like one of the person I really admire the most, because she really has been one of the milestones of the Italian Aerobic Gymnastic Federation in Italy.
Right.
Without Giovanna, probably because she's only been competing in FIG, and a couple of times in NAC, and one time I think in Suzuki, but basically FIG was her federation. And but nevertheless, she gave an incredible contribution to. She's been an example for years. You know,
That's
I
right.
remember
Yeah.
when in 2007, her and Wilkie, they stopped competing. I was judging the national championship for their last competition, and when they won, they went on the podium, and the announcers say that that was their farewell to the stage, and
Ooh.
everybody was crying. I mean, I was like in tears. Everybody was crying, and they had like a standing ovation for like 10 minutes because they were two people that were able to be loved by everybody who knew them.
That's right. That's right. I remember them. Yeah, you're right. Nice pairs. Like, you know, always good energy. Sometimes the judge was never really fair with the results for them, but they really represent Italy like really great. Actually, I have, look what I have here.
Ciao ragazzi, cosa dire in relazione a Curzio? Beh, credo di essere stato fortunato perché ho avuto l'onore di essere un suo allievo. Mi ricordo quando facevo un singolo, insomma, è stato un momento molto, molto divertente. Ho avuto l'onore di essere giudicato da Curzio in tutti questi anni o anni passati insieme a Giovanna, quando si facevano le gare in coppia e si girava il mondo. Ma soprattutto ho avuto e ho il privilegio di considerarmi un suo amico, persona meravigliosa come se ne vedono poche in giro. Curzio per il mondo dell'aerobica, soprattutto a livello italiano, è un punto di riferimento. È stato un atleta, è un grande giudice, è una persona fantastica. Infatti non capisco come mai non sia diventato presidente della federazione o qualcosa del genere, non lo so, giudice principale, presidente della Repubblica, qualcosa del genere. Insomma, qualunque cosa lui si proponga va benissimo, io voto per Curzio. Sono Wilkie Satti, Curzio presidente.
Curzio presidente.
He said basically, just to sum up that, he said, because of I'm sweating because that's too much. He said that because of my contribution to the aerobics, he doesn't understand why I'm not the president of the Italian Gymnastic Federation, basically. Well, I don't know. We should ask. I don't know. No, they are too nice to me. But really, yeah, with them. I had a big fight once for Wilkie and Giovanna. The only time that they came and competed, not the first time they came and competed in the NAC, it was the first time we had the FIG rules. And by mistake, they give them a prohibited move that was not real, not true. And normally I'm always very, you know me, I try not to, fight with the other judges. Also because in that specific case, they were the Italian mixed pair and I was the Italian judge. But when I saw they were first and they got the third place because this not existent prohibited move, I think that has been the only time I was almost having a heart attack because of the nervous that I was. But, we survived, we went through, and the next year they won.
Nice. The funny thing about the competition was that we have the documentation, all that process, and then comes like many problems like you're not supposed to do that, you have a mistake in the routine. And the funny thing about the competition is the backstage when the people they not sleep during the night because they have to change the choreography because they have to do something. Was crazy. I don't know if it was a misinformation or rule, but I think was part of the show that moment. Don't think so? Was crazy, right?
Yeah, there was. That I've been also working for Hip Hop International several years, and in that case, I was just like, let's say, the president for Italy. I was not. I was not the judge, so basically I could really do everything I feel like. And so there was specifically one crew, their name were Kick Up 2, and they got like every year they competed, they went into the finals, okay? But like their choreographer, we were very friends, and she was totally crazy. So every single time, they did 3 times the World Hip Hop Championship. Every time they advanced it to the finals, the night before the finals, we rented a gym and stayed away all night long, changing the choreography, to improve it for the finals. And there was me. The last year was me and the mom of one of these kids. We were basically laying in the mat in the gym, completely devastated at 3 in the morning. They were kept rehearsing and dancing and changing. We were just like, give me another cup of coffee because I'm not gonna survive this time. But it was so big, as you say, it was a part of the adventure, it was a part of the excitement, you know.
That's right.
When you really know that you are part of something unique. That was really the feeling that I will always carry with me.
You're right. You're right. These moments are like the thing that we're never gonna forget about it, because make a difference. And it's funny because like when you are there competing and then you see another athlete, you say, "Oh, we need to put more better difficulty," or they try to change something to win against the other athlete because we had preliminaries, semifinal, and final. That's crazy,
so
right?
try to keep adding to it. Yeah.
Giovanna was saying that you work with other people like Alexander Fenton,
Alex Fenton.
Eleonora Di Palma também, no?
Yes. Okay. Eleonora and Alex and Giorgio Piccinelli and Ivan Robustelli, they've been like let's say, they're also part of my heart, because I started working with Eleonora like she was not very well known, and I really believed in her. So and she at that time she was competing in FISAF, and the Italian president of FISAF was not allowing anybody to compete in any other federation. So she's been the first one that say, no, I don't really care. I just want to go competing for ANSC and Suzuki and everything. And so I really believed in her and supported her choices. And so at the end, basically, she became in the Italian NAC the longest. She won the most time. I think she won 4 or 5 times the national titles. And Alex Fenton, I knew him since he was 16 years old.
Wow.
He was only competing on the step. Using a music, he's gonna kill me if I say this, for a cartoon. That was a cartoon, the starting music for a manga that we used to have in Italy. Goldorak is called, I think, in Japanese, something like this. And also Giorgio is my age, so I saw Giorgio competing since I was 20, and he was my age as me, and so we grew up together. Wow. And yes, and we had so much fun with them, because we were living for several years. We've been living all together in Milan. I am from Roma, but for my other job I was living in Milan, so we really were training together about every day, and we had huge fights, not with Giorgio, huge fights with Eleonora mainly. But we really love each other. They are just like part of my family, actually.
Perfect. Yeah, she also have my respect. Wonderful athlete. One characteristic that I always admire on her, she never really show, maybe for you, but during the time that I saw her, she always have a good face, a good smile, you know? Her personality. Yeah. Actually, they left a message to you. Pow!
Yes.
Surprise, Curzio!
Yay. Hi, Curzio.
Hi, Curzio.
Hi, Paolo. How are
I'm
you?
from Miami. This is Alex and
Eleonora.
Yes, we were Curzio's disciples. How you say?
We were Curzio's.
Curzio, he called us Genie because we took a long time to learn our choreography.
the best athletes ever.
I want to thank Curzio for all you did, your patience. We had so much fun. Actually, the best of my life, I believe. That was the years where we were friends. We're still friends after so many years. But I don't know, I missed the dinner that we always had every Monday and Wednesday night in Milano together. That was so good. I don't know, what do you have to say?
I don't know, Curzio has been our choreographer, our trainer, our friend, our therapist, our psychologist, our shrink, and it's now our best friend.
And look at us!
Forever!
We love you, Curzio!
We love you so much!
Bye! Ciao, Paolo!
Ciao!
Come to Miami soon!
Yes!
Bye-bye!
Bye!
Ciao,
So I want to say something. I want to start talking. I want to say something.
Yep.
I was in backstage.
Yep.
I heard all the goods from Paolo. Thank you, Paolo. I have heard all the goods and all the bad from Curzio. Did I complain too much?
You did well. Eleonora, basically, for 1 year, she's been competing about 1 foot, making her feel pain. That at the end, we call her the piedino. That means the small foot. She was just like, you know, a nightmare with us with this foot, giving her problems. But yes, they are. I mean, they live in Miami, as they say. And for me, it's so hard not seeing them every day. You know that, fun fact, for those 6 months, Alessandro Paiva lived in Italy. We were sharing a house, me, Eleonora, and Alessandro Paiva.
Wow.
So basically, it was just like he was cooking Brazilian stuff for us. We were teaching him to cook Italian. And that was the first year in Italy, we had the Big Brother TV show. So like every Monday, we were doing like the specific pasta sauce all together and watching in the television and like sitting on the floor. It was just like, we had so many things to share that I can't even start thinking about all of this. Ciao!
Alessandro chama Topina. Que é Topina? What's that?
Topina means little mouse. That's the way Alessandro used to call Eleonora.
So when I was not complaining, I was called Topina.
Exactly. When she was complaining, we were like, oh, shut up. But when she was nice, we were like calling her Topina.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me understand. Eleonora have this complaining type. She was like aggressive or nervous or calm. How is her personality?
No, Eleonora, she was, I'll tell you my side and then you can tell yours. Eleonora was from a choreographer. She was a perfect athlete because she could do basically everything you wanted to, or even if she didn't know how to do, you were like, can you do this? And then she was just like training. And after 1 week, she was able to do it. Okay. So about this, nothing to complain. But then she was just I don't really feel this arm. Can we change this arm movement? And then you did it like 1,000,000 times. And I said, okay, you know what? I like the first better. And so you were basically coming back to the first version. But she's always given me the huge satisfaction that she was on stage and she was doing exactly what I wanted. You know, it was just like a robot. Like, for example, Mario, like also Giorgio Piccinelli was another one that he was like a copycat. He was like one of the few person that I could think of choreography, showing the movement, and he was doing exactly the same. So working with Eleonora and Alex and Giorgio and also Ivan Robustelli was so good because they were their motivation was always 150%. There was not, I cannot remember one training session where they were like, oh, today I don't really want to do it. Their last competition together was 2005. They were already living in America. So I came there about like 2 weeks before the World. And that was the first year with FIG rules. So Giorgio and Alex were already living in Miami. Eleonora was in Milan. We changed the choreography from the past previous years. We sent a video to Giorgio and Alex. She went there to train 1 month. Then Robertson Magalhães came and fixed the choreography. Then I came and we worked together. And I remember the last 2 days before going to Los Angeles, we didn't have the gym, so they were rehearsing the lift into the parking lot. So because the gym, okay, we had a gym that was, I think, a martial arts gym, but the floor was not high enough, and so because they had to lift Eleonora up, we were basically practicing in the parking lot with like 40 degrees under the summer heat, and they were never complaining. So I could never regret all the things we did together.
Great.
Except living with Eleonora because she was not able to cook. Me and Alessandro Paiva were doing all the big things.
Now is your defense, Eleonora.
My turn. I had to be cuddled because I was training all day long. I was very tired.
Yes, exactly.
I got injured. I had a surgery, so he was also my nurse. I forgot to mention, and my
Exactly.
roommate, and whatever. But I believe that, as Alex said, we had the best time of our life together. And
Yeah.
I don't know how to say my boyfriend Fat say hi. And yeah, we had the
Yeah.
best love and
We had the best time. And there was another fun fact. When I and Roberto, my husband, got married, Eleonora and Alex, they came all the way from Miami. And also Giovanna and Wilkie were there. And it was the first time after many years we were all together.
Wow.
And the funny thing was they were dancing, they were having fun, and there was such a good energy. And the next morning I found out Wilkie downstairs in the lobby taking a coffee because there was really a big dance after the wedding. And he was like, I'm even more tired than after I won the world championship. So you see that is the kind of big feeling we are all together.
Alessandro said that you're crazy eating my stuff.
Alessandro, you did a fantastic feijoada. I still have the recipe written by you. You know, feijoada and farofa.
the farofa.
Feijoada and farofa, yeah.
Was fantastic. There was just like, I still have the recipe.
And you guys eat what he made, right?
Yeah, yes. And we're still here. So it was not that bad.
That's nice. Leonora, are you there?
I think
Let
she
me put her
froze.
out and in again, yeah. Okay, and then in again. And then... Okay, you there?
I'm there. I'm here.
Okay. Okay, so now is your part to say something to him. You have like 1 minute, okay? And then we're going to keep going. You have 1 minute to give the message that you want to give to Curzio, okay?
Okay. One more time. Curzio, we had the best time of our life. And this conversation, this thing remind me so many details. We could talk forever about what we share together in the good and the bad. And I miss you so much. We're going to come back to Italy as soon as possible. And we're going to go to Dange, where you got married with Fat, to drink a lot of wine. And it has been a pleasure to be his athlete. It has been a pleasure to listen to your conversation before I was live now. And I'm proud and I'm happy. I've been lucky to have you as everything already said, from the roommate to the athlete to the therapist to the shrink and to everything. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Okay.
Don't make me cry, please.
Exactly. I know. I know.
Nice.
This is wonderful what you're doing, and
Thank you.
And I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. Please promote to everybody. You know, we're just starting. It's gonna be like legendary, like all over the world. That's the
I'm
idea.
already overwhelmed with all this emotion. I don't know if I can survive 1 more hour of this stuff.
This is the show to say thank you, to show example of professionals. It's not only sports aerobics, it's doctors, it's professors. Everybody's gonna be here. So Leonora, maybe you're gonna come too. Never know. Maybe you're gonna be invited for your experience. Okay, so thank you so much to participate on that. Please promote as much you can our Championstalk show. You still have your smile on the face. That's a beautiful thing. Keep the smile, especially right now that the things are like all crazy. So thank you so much. Thank you to participate and have a wonderful day. Afternoon there. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Paolo. Ciao, Curzio.
Ciao.
Love you both.
I love you.
Okay. Beijo. Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you, Paolo. That's
Yep.
a surprise. She's like my little sister. No, actually, she's like my older sister because she has 1 month older than me.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. No, it's a pleasure. Okay. Let me ask you something. When do you start? Like, when was the first start? Which age you start I don't know if it's dance, but when you start to move, what age was that?
Okay. Let's say I always hated doing physical education at school. So I was the worst student in this specific matter because in Italy, basically, at least I am from 1971. So when I was in the high school, all they were able to do was like soccer, football, and nothing else. You know? And I really hated it. But then, like I was, because I had already some back problems, one of my father's friends suggested me to go in a nearby gym to, you know, just to do some classes or body weights or training, something, gymnastics. So I went there, and there I met Fabrizio Della Nave and Simonetta Lobianco, who were two very, very good instructors there. And when I was there 1 year, we received a newsletter that the first ever Italian aerobic championship was going to be held in a few months from that moment. So Fabrizio and Simonetta, they decided to compete together as a mixed pair. And I was completely in love with this. I was watching this sport. I said, what is this? I like this. This is fantastic. I want to do it because I like to move to music, but it was not so, at that moment, it was not so difficult like dance. You know, you didn't have to do like ballet or like jazz. It was just like sporty because it was aerobics from the gym, but with music and you put elements, and there was the show part. And at that time I was doing modern dance, and there I met one of the girls. She was in school in the same class as my brother, so I know her from that. Because sometimes she came to do homework with my brother, and I say, "How you doing?" And then we start talking, we became friends, and people start saying, "Oh, you two look very much alike. You should really do the mixed pair together." And so we were like, why not? We asked to Simonetta and Fabrizio to choreograph us and train us. And that's how I started competing. And that was 1990, exactly 30 years ago. And we started
was the first thing. So your first thing was not dance, was aerobics.
No, I did 1 year and a half of modern dance, let's say. But then I was not so talented to become a professional dancer. And also that was like the kind of dance you do in a gym. It was not a dance school, no? So basically it was a very mixed average level that we had like advanced and professionals and like basic, but it was not like you are in a dance school like you have now. That was one gym that had aerobics, tone up, let's say abdominals, glutes, and also some dance classes. So I started doing dance classes because one day I walked by the studio and I heard Bad from Michael Jackson, the music. So I was like, and I saw they were dancing to Michael Jackson music, and I was like, oh my God, this is the super cool stuff. I want to be dancing Michael Jackson's. And so that's how I was involved in dance. And then after 2 years, I switched to aerobics, and I started competing with Saskia Alessandrelli. That she was my partner. I cannot describe my love for her because it's just like out of this world, because we were really sharing, we really grew up together, and we competed together in 1990, 91, 92 we won, and we came to the world when you and Sayonara Motta were competing. So basically we had the honor to
compete there, right?
Yeah, I was there. You did second, we did 12, so there was just 10 places different, not that much. And then 93 she did not compete. 94 we competed with Alessandro Paiva's routine, and then after she stopped, and then I broke my vertebra, so that's how I get my injury, and I get 2 surgeries and stuff. And then after all this, I got my degree in the university because there was nothing I could do, because I had to stay put. Like I had like how do you call it? The iron stuff that holds you like very tight, no? When I finished and I recovered, I was like, okay, now I have to compete one more time because I don't want to stop my career because of an injury. I want to stop because I decided it. But then Saskia had already stopped competing, so I competed in trio with Davide Lacagnina and Mario Agamennone. And also Alessandro Paiva did our choreography, and that was 98. So basically I came back to compete 4 years after my last competition.
Wow.
I had a professional gymnast training me. So basically because I have like my vertebrae fused together, I told to this gymnast I only have to do movement on just one axis, because I cannot, let's say, make a rotation between my upper body and lower body, because I'm gonna break. So basically, just like, basically, for example, we were able to do Tomaro or like straddle jump. So basically, and we competed in 1998, and then after finally I had my closure, and I had to stop because I decided it, and it was a fantastic, fantastic feeling to be on stage again one last time.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
then
That's
after
beautiful.
I started doing a judge.
Okay, so you start in 1990.
Yeah.
I started in 1988, so we're close. We kind of close.
Yeah.
That's
why
okay. I have
you came second and I came 12, because you have 2 years advantage.
Anyway, it was a big drama. Anyway, so I have a question for you. Or I had a pleasure to coach, choreograph, and make the music for 4 world champions. And you're gonna choose like which one for you. You're gonna choose 2, like the best for you, like that you enjoy to watch. It's gonna be hard to say. I wanted to choose from 4 athletes which one you feel like, oh, that's the best for me.
Okay. Yuriko Ito, Angela Macmillan, Riri Kitazume, Lubi Gatsov. Whoa! That's a nasty choice. Okay. Nobody will be offended, right? If I do my choice.
No, I mean you don't have to choose. You can just like tell the characteristics, because you saw all of them. So
okay, so
it's
let
up to
me tell you, the one with my heart goes to Lubi Gadzov, because I saw Lubi competing as a kid, and then I grow, and then I saw her when we were in Sofia. She did the 3rd place, and she was so incredibly good. And then I couldn't be in Incheon. That was the year she won, I think. No, in Cancun, the year she won. But she has been amazing, and I really loved the music you chose, because you were using Respect by Melanie Amaro, the girl who won the 1st edition of the X Factor USA. And I really love that music. And so Lubi Gatsov in that competition was amazing, an amazing superstar. And then Yuriko and Angela, they are part of the history, because I remember Angela Macmillan competing as a junior athlete in the first, I think, ever World Youth Aerobic Championship. So she's been there for a long time, and she had incredible physical skills that probably few other athletes had. Yuriko, on the other hand, she had a presentation, and she was fresh on stage, and she won ANSC, I think, 3 times in a row, 97, 98, 99, and IAF and FIG. And so probably she's the one who won the most among the 4 of them. Riri Kitazume, I remember her from age group 1 in Sofia 2012. And then and I was like, who is this little monster? How can she be so small and so good? And then she won, but she is the one that I know less, because of course she's a very young generation, and I couldn't be live in her last competition. So let's say I cannot really express anything except the fact that you used for her the music from The Greatest Showman, correct?
Yeah.
And that is a movie that I have seen. Like
there was in the Suzuki, right?
In Suzuki,
so,
you use never enough. That music there, that is a fantastic music, fantastic movie. I saw The Greatest Showman, I think maybe 6 or 7 times. So just for that, Riri Kitazume is top.
Okay, thank you. And it's like all of them are very good, right?
Yeah. How can I choose among these 4 girls? I mean,
I know it's hard. Well, she had the moment to just say hello to you, this
Okay,
one.
I just wanted to jump on and say thank you so much for all your effort that you've put into aerobics over the years. It's been a long time, and your impact in the sport is greatly appreciated. I wish you well, and I hope to see you soon.
Angela
That-
Macmillan say hello to
yeah,
you.
thanks.
And then you said that you with Eleonora, you got like people work with you. The Robertson also work with you, Robertson Magalhães.
Robertson worked with the guys because do you remember that for ANC there was this lady that she's been always very generous. Her name was is Anne McVery,
And yeah,
and that year basically contributed to because that was the first year that FIG NAC adopted the rules for FIG, and so to make sure that there were enough athletes and volunteer to sponsor the team, my team that were Eleonora, Giorgio, and Alex, sending them Robertson to help them because of course two were living in Miami. Eleonora was in Milan. She came there. They trained together 1 month. But Robertson did some incredible improvement to their choreography, and he really basically boosted it up because he has a magic touch. I think everything he does is almost perfect. So it was really an honor for me that he helped my athlete, and they closed their career with the bronze medal. So basically everything was perfect.
That's right. That's great. Robertson now it's the owner of Chakaboom, right? He's doing a very good job with Chakaboom. Actually, Chakaboom is sponsoring the show, so I want to put the commercial, and then we go back to you. Okay, just a moment. Okay.
Yes, of course.
Welcome, Robertson.
Hey! Robertson.
Robertson is everywhere. Again, you again, you again.
I want to take Robertson's class. I was just browsing today the Chakaboom website and the YouTube channel, and I wish I could be not that far because I think if I had the way to take his classes in the gym, him and Sachiko and Leonardo, I think probably that would be a blast for me. I will always be in the first line.
As soon as this whole thing is over, we're going to go to Italy. We're going to teach class over there.
Yes,
we're going to have a lot of fun. Curzio, it's an honor to be here just to celebrate you, man. I'm so, impressed the knowledge of you in the sport. Like, you know everybody. You know about music of everybody. You have like this gold memory, man. You remember everything. It's amazing. Not only that, the caring, the way you treat every competitor, the way you treat us along the way, like when we're competing, the love, you always give so much attention, and like whatever you need, I'm here, let me know. You've done that every year with us. If we have a little trouble stuff, you're always there to help, not just only me. I've seen you help so many people, and now you didn't stop. You are creating a channel on YouTube that I think is fantastic. You're putting all together the history of aerobics. Only person can do you is you, man. It's you, because by talking to Paulo, he chose 4 athletes. You describe music, time, everything about those athletes.
Unbelievable.
How do you remember this, my friend?
Well, some of my friends say I'm aerobic autistic. because I remember these things just, But the truth is, this has been my passion for so long. Like the first year you won with Marilene Andrade, I saw that video, the VHS, like over and over and over. Was just like incredible for me, because I was just a very average athlete. And every year I came to watch the World Championship, I was like, oh my God, these are aliens coming down from another planet. I want to be like them, or at least I want to know everything about them. And so I started, with the money from one of my first choreographies that I did as a choreographer, I bought a video camera. And so after that, I came to every World Championship before I became a judge, and I was taping the full competition. No? So I had like 250 VHS. And during the quarantine for the COVID,
I believe it.
Yeah, during the COVID, I was like, okay, this is the only time in my life that I have to stay locked in my house and I have nothing else to do. So let's digitize all these videotapes, because otherwise they're gonna get ruined. They can get demagnetized and stuff. So I asked my husband, because he's a genius and a hacker. Basically, he set me up with 2 monitors, 3 software, this for cutting, this for editing, this for recovering, this for fixing the colors. And I spent all the quarantine taking the videos and putting on the computer and then cutting and making the captions. And then I say, okay, like I started with Nancy Pop from the USA. I found out her routine from Digital Open. And I was like, I'm going to send this routine to Nancy. I was not thinking about anything. I was just like, oh, this is a very good routine. I'm going to send it to her. And she sent me like this long text, very nice. And she say, oh my God, I've been crying for 2 hours. This was beautiful. I thought I never saw this video anymore. And so I was like, okay, why don't I put all the videos together in just one channel? So everybody can go there and see what was the history, because now the sport is very different. I'm not saying better or worse, but it's very different. But if the people can feel the same emotion and joy that I feel when I see your routine, Robertson, or the routine of Paolo and Sayonara, or the one of Alessandro Paiva or Grace Kersh, the young doesn't know this. They have to see and they have to learn what is the sport that they're doing now, which is the history. And the crazy stuff is that IAF, FIG, FISAF, and NAC, they don't have an official video channels with all the history. And so I say, okay,
thank you for doing this.
Crazy, right?
He said, I had made these videos, and for me, they bring me so much joy. So why don't I share it? And so that's why I started.
It's amazing. Thank you for doing this, because, I've been looking for routines and people asking me stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Like Stella from Brazil, the trio, Juliana, Stella, Fernanda.
Yeah.
They long time ago, they contacted me. Stella contacted me. Do you have my routine for? I say, I don't even know who has it. But you put it. Hey, exactly. See, he knows everything. You put this together. You have no idea. Like in the middle of the night, I see the routine of some athletes that I choreograph or people that I know. I send it to them immediately, like right away. They're texting me back saying that I made them. I didn't do anything. I just send it to them. And I say, please make sure you send a message to Curzio and say thank you, because he's putting a lot of effort, work on this to remember all the great moments and the great choreographies and the great athletes in aerobics, gymnastics. It's amazing, man. Without you, nobody is doing it.
I know, but let's say, okay, this is probably in my own personal life, the only positive things related to the quarantine, because I will never be able to have 3 months in my life to stay at home and do this. And so, because there was nothing I couldn't do, I couldn't leave the house like everybody else. And so I say, okay, what am I going to do? Let's take this time to good advantage. And I loved it. And one of the first routine I was able to recover was your routine from The Mask in the World 95.
Wow.
Because that year I came to San Diego with like 10 of my friends, and they were all crazy about your routine with The Mask. And ever since, they were asking me, do you have Robertson routine? Do you have? And I was like, yes, but it's in the videotape. It's downstairs in the basement. I don't know how to recover it. Don't ask me. Someday I will do it. And then I was like, okay.
Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing it. Like the mask routine, I didn't have that. And that was a very interesting time in my life. Like there was a big transition for me. Like there is some dark times in my life because of that whole time of the mask. And every time I see that routine represents a lot of things for me, a lot of changes in my life. And by watching that, when I go to Aerobics History Channel, I'm like, oh my God, now I can see that again. It is always good to remember where you were, you know. This is you stamp, you put in a stamp that, listen, those people did something in the sport, and I'm here helping out. Thank you for doing this. Thank you. And I have a question for you.
Yes.
So there is athletes that I think they are like creating some completely changes in aerobics that's forever.
Yeah.
And there's a few people that for me is like, it's always going to be there. I'll name some, and I would like for you to name some. I would say Joe Wenson from US. The woman, even though she's not competing, the rules changing, but she still has a name on her movement, you know. Kenichiro Nomura is one of them.
Kenichiro is fantastic.
It's even, and I believe that some competitors, they don't even need to win to put a mark on the sport.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like Brett Fairweather, he's remarkable. Natalie Tomaro,
she was fantastic.
Wow.
The level of coordination of Natalie Tomaro was just unbelievable.
Jeff Vandiver.
Yeah.
Jeff Vandiver. Wow.
I know. See, I know some things too. I remember stuff too.
Yeah.
So name a few people that you think it was remarkable for this sport. I don't want to put you pressure on anything.
No, it's okay. Okay. You cannot put to me much pressure than what Jonathan did when he asked me my top 10 favorite choreography. That was like a huge pressure. So this is easy for me.
That's hard. That's really hard.
In fact, I told him this is not the 10 best. These are the one that are in my heart. Anyway, I can tell you remarkable athletes are okay. Of course, let's not talk about you because I like everything you do. But okay, I loved totally Chris Galen and Michelle Nevidomsky because I knew them.
Awesome.
I knew them because I used to take some, like every year I was going in the summer in Los Angeles to take some class as a because I wanted to be a teacher also in the gym. And like, for example, Michelle Nevidomsky, she was an incredible teacher, fantastic. Very didactic, beautiful, creative. So I love them. And Sue Stanley, Patsy Tierney, I think she was amazing. One of the girls that probably she didn't win enough, but for me, she was really fantastic, was Vanessa Torres from Puerto Rico.
Yes, remember.
I don't know.
And Alba de las Heras is just like, they're like God and Goddess. And Alessandro Paiva, we already spoke about him. Kenichiro, Sachiko Kondo, for example, she only won and then she disappeared, but that was fantastic. Yeah.
Even in Japan, nobody knows where she is now. Even here in Japan, nobody knows where she is.
I was looking for her on Facebook, but couldn't find her. Sachiko Kataoka, she's been competing for so long. Terry Levins, she also did a lot of beautiful choreography.
Very good energy.
From the USA, she never really won, but I really loved her, was Jennifer Hogg. She was so much fun. And one year she competed, you did for her the choreography with Slave for You by Britney Spears. And
you always talk about that,
that competition was like on Easter Day. And because Howard Schwartz didn't have enough judges, he flew me from Italy to come and judge the national championship from the United States. And so when I was watching Jennifer Hogg on stage with that choreography, I almost stood up and say, she had to win. But then, of course, I try not to do that.
It is a great break. I don't know if she has that.
Nancy Pop, for example, she was fantastic. Marcus Irwin.
Yes, fantastic.
You have a big list.
That's a big list.
Nick Byler from Switzerland. We are also a very good friend, and Nick is a fantastic person.
Yeah, Nick.
Yes, Nick. You know, Curzio, a curiosity that maybe a lot of people, I mean, people ask, how do you start aerobics and stuff like this? I'm gonna tell you this. That man beside us here, Paolo, it was my first choreographer.
Really?
Yeah, yes, he was my first
For
choreographer.
you and Marilene, he did the choreography.
No, he did my individual when I was individual. Yeah. He said,
First,
you have talent, you need to compete individual. And he's the one make me eat vegetables and fruits. You know that? Because my mom and dad, they like, yeah, eat whatever you want. And he told me when we were training, he said, Robertson, if you don't eat vegetables and fruit, you're never going to be a world champion. You're never going to be a champion. Curzio, I got a plate full of vegetables and I started eating, but my face was priceless. Like I was like hating, but I eat the whole thing. I look at Paul and say, I am going to be a world champion.
Well, because actually you won 93, 94, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. So you've been eating bunches, trucks of vegetables, basically.
Yes. Yeah. I did. I have a break from 1995 to 2000. I stopped competing.
Yes, I remember that.
So
and I remember.
Anyway, I'm here just to give you a big hug, virtual hug.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for everything you do for the sport and still doing it. And all your gentlemen, you know, the way you treat athletes, the way you treat people. We all can learn some from you because you always have a smile on your face. I never see you sad. You know, all the times that I'm with you, you always have a positive mind and pass positive energy. And I'm here to say thank you so much. And I love you, my friend.
Thanks
I
a
really
lot.
do.
Thanks, Robertson. That really means a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Falou,
Thank you,
Rob.
Paulo.
Valeu.
Thank you. See you later.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Robin. And then thank you to support the Championstalk with Shaka Boom Fitness,
Let's
Robertson.
keep
Thank you so
doing
much.
it. Let's keep doing it.
Ok, vai, Ros. Um abraço.
Bye-bye.
Tchau, Ros.
Tchau,
Tchau,
tchau.
Magalhães.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Well. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. You can have your water. We're going to go in the sponsors and then we're back to you, okay?
Okay. Yes, perfect. Thank you.
There we go. And where is the sponsor?
If you're looking for a good time, call me. I'll be there before you even know it. There's no trouble, don't mean a thing. Snap your fingers and I'm on the scene. Come in, honey, I'll make you believe it. I got everything you need. Got everything you need. No trouble, don't mean a thing. Snap your fingers and I'm on the scene. Everything you need, don't mean a thing.
Hi, Sally. I just
Hey.
saw a note from Sally Hart. Of course, I remember you. Hi. I remember
Nice.
Sally Hart. perfectly.
You know, our sponsor, Canoan, you know what's a funny thing? She's in this video. There's one person there. I don't know if you know about the first international trio competition in the world. Have you heard about?
No.
Yeah.
I
At the
haven't heard.
time, they didn't have didn't have mixed pair, didn't have anything. It was just trio. It was the first international trio competition. Was in Brazil,
Okay.
and Kenichiro Nomura came to compete, like many countries. Yeah, and then I was very happy to be the champion. So the girl now that is doing the sponsorship for the Championstalk, she's actually in the video. She was one of the members. Was Sayonara, me, and this girl. Can you believe that?
Wow, that's fantastic. No, I didn't know
How-
that.
Yeah.
I remember, now that you told me, I remember that Mimi Adami She was the responsible for IAF in Italy. She told me that at the beginning the trio competition was in Brazil and the rest was in Japan, probably something like this. Now that you
That's right.
mentioned this, yes,
That's
exactly.
right. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
told me.
Long galaxy far away. A long time ago, as I used to be the international champion. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. Listen. Uh, I don't say my company, it's our company because we are connected with 20 countries and then with the Japanese government and then the Happy Dance Association working in schools here, events, seniors, and then now we start competition like Happy Dance competition, bringing family to compete. Or seniors, children's, like make really international. With the Help House, because of the pandemic, people are inside of home. So let me ask you, how was the situation for you, life, business with the pandemic, especially Italy, because Italy was really tough. How
Yeah.
was for you? I mean, did you hold on? Did you stop business? You work at home? How was for you?
Okay. Well, as you say, in Italy was quite difficult because just after China, Italy was the second nation that
Yeah.
was completely exploding with this pandemic. No.
Yeah.
It was hard because at the beginning the companies didn't really believe in this pandemic. So some of the company did it, like the company where my husband works. They basically put him in smart working in February. Okay, even before any government announcement or stuff. My company at the beginning was just not like so convinced, but then they were really having a perfect behavior because they left everybody home. They were very careful. They also paid us the full salary, even if we were working just
Nice.
1 day a week. They really supported us in many different ways. But this was on the side, let's say on the professional side, On
Yeah.
the personal side, I told you, I found my safe spot in the work that I did for the YouTube channel. And that basically was like out of the reality because I was really focusing myself on the old aerobic videos for like 10 hours a day, except the day that I was not working for my company, of course. And that
Yeah.
really was really helping me, keeping me positive because I was doing something that I really, really love, but I totally understand for the other people how hard it should have been being home, even let's say for someone who's single and it doesn't have a husband or a wife or kids. Being,
Yeah.
I understand that has been tough, but
Yeah.
I also have like my mom. She's living in my same building, one floor down, and she has had some health issue. And of course, you really want to protect the ones you love. So if to protect the people, I have to renounce to part of my spare time, not going around for a walk, not going in the park running, and I have to stay home, I will do it because I think the responsible attitude is to protect the people you love. And you never
I agree.
know how you can catch this damn virus. Maybe it's just for like shaking one hand accidentally on a bus. I don't know. And so basically, my attitude was like, whatever they tell me to do it, I will do, and I try to be happy with it. Then, of
Right.
course, not knowing when it was going to be over was really making me unstable. Like sometimes it was really hard. Like there were after maybe 2 weeks, we stopped watching the news at night, the evening news, because that was too much. It was just like because like I have one of my best friends, she's also an amazing coach and choreographer. She's called Barbara. She's from Bergamo, and Bergamo was the epicentrum, the focus of the epidemic in those days. And she told me that the only noises she could hear all day were the bells of the church playing for the dead people or the ambulance sirens all day
Wow.
long. They had to close the cemetery because they had too many people and they couldn't bury anyone else. And so
Right.
when you hear this, or like one of my friend from the office, her grandfather died in 1 day. The morning he was
Wow.
okay, the next morning he was sick, he was dead. When you hear
Right.
this thing, I really don't get how people can say the virus doesn't exist or we don't need to use the mask because that's limiting my freedom, I think this is out of the world, you know. And you know, I think you know of one of the champion of the past from Netherlands is Patrick Naafijk.
Patrick, yeah. I heard and saw everything.
Patrick he spent 8 weeks in a coma for this.
Yeah, I know.
So
Crazy.
how can people be so egoist that they think that their own wellness comes first than the public health, that they want to go around, they want to go drinking a glass of wine with the friends and be all together and dance together, and we never know if we're gonna survive. So basically that was the thing that made me sometimes suddenly sad, or like bursting in tears, or like when you were reading the newspaper and you see all these people dying, and the dramatic tales of the nurse and like health workers that were telling you, like I recall one day I was reading a nurse, she was using her phone to let the people that were on the point to die say the last farewell to the friends and family that they couldn't see because they couldn't enter the hospital. So she was constantly borrowing her smartphone to people that would say, I am dying, I love you, bye. And in 1 hour they were dead. So that was really, really scary and sad, and really made me think that.
Well, listen, I just don't want to go too much on that, because that's not the purpose of that.
No, but you asked me,
I just asked about you. I just asked about you how you did. So it's all right. It's all right. I mean, because my way to see that, you know, also in Japan, where a lot of things happen, is that it's a learning, like you said, for the human being to upgrade themselves, you know, to learn that the hygienic is very important, the nutrition is important, the positive thought is important, the daily exercise is important, to meet friends, to meet people that make a difference to you is important. So I think it's upgrade. Sometimes, I mean, we have a world war, we have all these things that happen, but sometimes need to be tragic to open the eyes of the human being. And doing that, people are dying. So there's nothing we can do about it exactly like that. The only thing that you have to do is your part, right? It's your part, because we are doing your part, but there's a lot of people are not doing so. What can we do? We have to survive. Now it's about surviving. And then I'm glad that you survive. I'm glad that Italy is better. So because you survive, you know, because you got, you know, all these things, and then, like I said, your example, our company have a pleasure to give you the certificates of achievement in recognition of your professional work in the fitness and dance industry, promoting health, changing lives, being example for many generations. Because you change people, you know, you make a contribution, you know, you did what you can do. So it's a pleasure for the Championstalk, the Happiness Sport System, and our association Japan to give you the certificate of achievement. Well done in your whole life. Well done of all the things that you're doing. And it's important to just to make people understand that you can do something. You know, it doesn't matter if it's 1%, it's still like a small thing. You can do something. So in this case, just congratulations to you. You are an example for many people. We got also here. We got here a message from Margherita Marcelli.
Curzio gave me and the Italian hip-hop dance community the chance to travel the world with Hip Hop International. I shared with him the most funny moments of my life and my work achievement as well. He is a pro, he is my brother, and he is my master.
Ooh.
Oh, Margherita, my gosh. Yeah. I mean, yeah. She God.
Yeah. Just to change the subject. No.
Well, okay. You know, remember I told you Simonetta Lobianco was my first choreographer, and Margherita was one of her students. So one day Simonetta told me, oh, since you're working for Hip Hop International, why don't you invite Margherita to take part in a judge's course? Because she's a very good dancer in hip hop. And so she did it, and she was very good, and says, okay, you know what? I'm going to nominate you to judge the World Hip Hop Championship. And the pool panel selected by our chose Margherita, and that's how she started. And now she's like one of the elite trainer in Hip Hop International.
Wow.
And She's been to every world championship since 2003. So
wow.
yeah, she's an incredible judge, and she's also a very good events organizer in hip hop and everything. And yeah, she's right. She's like my sister. She's the sister I never had.
Great. That's
Yeah.
right. Well, there's another one who wants to say thank you to. He really appreciate your help during the time that he was there.
Hello, Curzio. I'm Franzen from Brazil, and I'm so glad to be here to send you this video. You are so important for me. You represent sport aerobics since we met each other like 1994 in Las Vegas. So since from there we get this very friendship, and I'm so glad that I was living in Italy around 10 years, and you support me, you help me, you open your arms for me in your country. So I have to say that you are so important for us, and keep going, keep with us, and you are amazing people. As you know, everybody talk the real things we are feeling for you. Io parlo adesso un pochino italiano, so grazie mille per tutto quello che ha fatto per me e per l'aerobica. Sei un ragazzo fantastico, tremendo e ovviamente amato per tanta gente. Vabbè, Curzio, ti auguro il meglio sempre per questa persona fantastica, carismatica e amabile sempre. Va bene, ce l'ha qui in Brasile un fratello davvero. Ti voglio bene, un bacione.
Claudio.
He speaks a very good Italian after all these years that he left. Yeah, Claudio, me and Claudio, I remember I sent a message for Claudio when he was in the Championstalk. We shared a lot of things when he was living in Milan, and we were basically had a lot of good moments and fun, and he helped a lot raising the level of the Italian athletes, because for those years where he's been living in Italy, he did a lot of choreographies, and he brought a lot of his knowledge in people that love the sport, but basically they didn't really know where to start, or maybe they were average athletes, and with his help they did like a switch of mastery of level. So yeah,
Nice.
it was good. You know why I'm so enthusiastic about my age of aerobics? Because there's all these people, we were all friends, we met in the competitions, and 20 years after we are still friends, even if we don't see each other that much.
That's wonderful.
But everyone is in each other's heart, because we share the incredible moment in and off stage.
Okay, that's beautiful. Look, I have this message right now. Look at that. Curzio and me hardly know each other. But I might say the part of the Bantat choreography, he has a beautiful big heart, giving the best of himself to help and make other people happy. He brought me back great memories from choreography. I took part of World Championship. The day I saw myself again after 25 years, that day my heart was beating 200 per hour. Things again, Curzio for make me super happy. Nice.
Well, Jorge was the example of somebody that he saw the videos that I was posting, and he wrote to me and he said, "Hi, I was in the team from Argentina in 1994. Do you have my routine?" And I didn't really know if I had it or not. So I went back and the video that luckily I had now digitized on my computer. And I was like, I think this is it. So basically I was just editing the video and then send it. And then I found another one, this video. And he was like going crazy, because since 1994, he thought his routine was lost forever. And instead I had it. And so like when my husband say that I never throw anything out, and I should, now I proved him wrong, because sometimes it's good that I kept all these things for 25 years. Because now they can be useful to bring some joy. But once I will have everything digitized, I'm gonna throw away the VHS, I promise. So
Nice.
room in the house.
Sorry, my friend, there's a lot of people still want to send message to you. Let it go.
Okay.
Hola Curzio, por supuesto quería estar presente en este homenaje que te están haciendo. Bueno, primero, para los que no saben, lo conocí a Curzio como juez, en su porte, en su actitud muy correcta, pero siempre finalizadas las competencias con palabras de mucho apoyo, de motivación para seguir adelante. Y voy a contar una historia que siempre quedó grabada en mi mente y en mi corazón, y que es que en el año 2002, en la competencia en Miami, después de haber hecho podio y haber ganado una medalla, Curzio se acerca y me preguntó cuántos años tenía y hizo el cálculo a ver cuándo iba a estar en la categoría senior, y me dijo que siga en ese camino porque él estaba seguro de que iba a ser una campeona. Así que aprovecho, Curzio, para agradecerte muchísimo por esas palabras. No sabes el valor enorme que para mí tuvieron esas palabras y la motivación que fue a lo largo de los años seguir pensando en esa frase y en esa palabra tuya. Te agradezco muchísimo, te quiero con todo el corazón. Hoy en día un gran amigo de la gimnasia, de la aeróbica, a la distancia, pero que siempre está presente con palabras muy lindas y siempre alentando a que uno siga más y pueda cumplir sus sueños. Te quiero muchísimo y te deseo lo mejor del mundo para toda tu vida. Te mando un beso enorme.
Diana answer. She said it all, basically. I remember perfectly the day I came to her and say, you have to keep going because you're amazing. You're going to become one of the biggest champion in this sport. And she was like, I think 11 years old or something. She was incredible already. She's so nice. Can I say just one word? Because you show me Diana, and I really would like to dedicate a moment to Hernan Ludueña. He was doing Hernan. He was her partner in the mixed pair, and unfortunately, leukemia. It was just like a very bad thing happening a few months back. But Hernan was another of the person that I really believed he was going to become one of the greatest champion, and he brought so much joy. And when he was competing with Diana together, they were incredible. So it was just a prayer for Hernan.
Yeah. Good athlete, a nice person. Yeah, I heard about that. Okay, and then we have Gaia to you.
Hi everyone. Hi Curzio and Paolo. I wish I could actually see this talk, but I will be asleep since I'm in Australia. And for me, Curzio was such an important role in my aerobic life, because he was my choreographer. And even if it sounds a bit mean, I could say, I do remember an amazing episode. And we were making up the routine of my individual, and I remember that he told me, make sure to open your hands and keep your fingers in a very nice way, because otherwise I will break them and I will play Shanghai with them. I don't know if it makes sense, but in Italian, Shanghai, it's the game with the wooden sticks. And it wasn't mean, it was actually very nice. But thanks for that, when I teach my gymnasts, I always make sure that they actually have amazing hands. But apart from this amazing episode, for me, Curzio is, he's my friend, and we have an amazing relationship, and so I'm very thankful for that. Bye! Ciao Curzio! Ciao!
What? Did you break the fingers?
Yeah, because she had the fingers like this, and I was like, open the fingers, and then she just opened one or two, and then so I think like at certain point I might have told her, I'm not sure, but she said it, so it's true, that I would have break her fingers and use it to play like stick. But it worked, because ever after that she became so clean, and I didn't have to break any finger. Actually, she did all
I didn't have to break anything. That's crazy. Okay, let's keep going. We're gonna go to the important part, sponsors, because and also just want to know for everybody that's watching, if you guys have a company that you want to sponsor, that you want to invest or put in our Championstalk, this channel is gonna be huge, so it's a good opportunity now that is just growing. If you guys want to put your company here, we are open, no problem.
Curzio.
Ciao Curzio.
Allora, as you can see, we always think about you even when we are on holiday. I am excited to see your talk tonight. I remember when I first met you in Rome. I was attending an aerobic course and you were the teacher. You had blonde hair. The Italian translation is biondi ossigenati, sound better. And the first thing I threw was, who is this guy? I can answer this question now saying he is a great man. The same guy has been our choreographer for many years. And the most important thing is you are our friend. Bye,
Bye,
Curzio.
bye, Curzio.
That's so many emotions over there.
Yeah, you know, they are Gaia's parents, actually. They are the
Oh,
parents of
really?
Gaia. They own their own gym, and I have been working for them with many years. And as of now, they are the trainer of Davide Donati, who is the guy that has won the mixed pair world championship with FIG with Michela Castoldi. So since Davide was a kid, they've been raised. Davide used to be a swimmer, and because Gloria also teaches swim, then she proposed him to switch from swimming to gymnastics,
Yeah.
and now he's twice the world championship. And they are very, very nice person, and I really appreciate that Gloria did all of this effort in English, because for her, I know it was not easy to talk in English in front of the people, but she's been fantastic. And yes, I remember I had the top of my hair was blonde, and I was the trainer of the judges course, and she was like, who the hell is this kid that is trying to teach me aerobic with this blonde hair? And then at the end of the course, she was like, oh my God, you're so good. I want to be your friend. You have to come to my gym. You have to choreograph my daughter, and I have a lot of works that we can do together. She was just like this. I said, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. You know?
That's wonderful. Course, let me ask you, we have aerobics old style, the one that you have all the videos that it's emotion, then we have the new style now. For you, what's the difference and which one you prefer? Hard,
Which one I prefer? I prefer the old style.
Yeah,
but
me too.
if I have to be honest, okay, some of the old routines I recognize, I acknowledge, they will be much more enjoyable if they were more clean. So my ideal set of rules that I don't know if the FIG will ever do it, but will be to have the execution as it is now with the artistic content as it was in our times. So if they were able to put together the real aerobic essence with not so many rules for the aerobics, just 8 count of aerobics, go to the corner, make the circle, go to the line, or lift it over your shoulder and all this stuff. These are just rules, but it's not aerobic content. But then you do whatever we were doing, but you have to be perfect in execution. You have to be the pointed feet, straight legs, good alignment, all the elements, do not fall. Have to hold the B group for 2 seconds, and everything must be perfect, in a perfect shape and perfect form. But on the artistic point, do the hell that you want. That I think that would be a good compromise, because the routines I see now are boring. They are perfect, but
That's right.
sorry, but I mean, I respect the athletes because it's not their fault.
Right.
They do exactly what is asked to do by the set of rules. Okay, but everybody does the same elements because all the elements have the same value. So if you want to get the high difficulty score, you have to put that. So basically, they choose the same element. If you choose a different element, you are not rewarded. So why should not be doing helicopter to win some push-up? But how can an helicopter be a strength moves? The strength move is a 1 arm, 1 leg inch push-up, because I show you muscular strength. So the push-up is strength. The helicopter is a transition for me. Okay, but anyway. So yeah, but that's my opinion, and I respect the thing that I don't have the power to change the rules. So as long as the rules will be this, I will respect the rules and I will be judging according to the rules. But if you tell me these rules are really preserving the essence of aerobics, no. This is a different
I
sport.
agree. I agree. I mean, I don't even think I will need to say anything. It's just easy. Remember in the competition long time ago that you're going in audience, a lot of people, full of people watching
Yeah,
the competition, and
yeah,
then they expect what this actor is going to do, or Jonathan, or Swan Park, or
yeah,
Diego De Ville, whatever. It's something like, oh my God, what are you going to do right now? And then we
exactly.
change right now, huge place, bigger than, I think, bigger than used to be a long time ago, but huge place for the competition,
Empty,
lights, organization, nobody,
empty, no audience. You know
no
what?
audience. So it's easy to say. It's just easy to say. We don't have to say anything. So they have to do something because no audience, no sponsor, nobody's gonna put. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna put my company if I'm gonna go to this huge competition to see audience there.
yeah. One athlete of the past that for me, now if you look back at the time, okay, not one of the athletes that I already mentioned, but one athlete that was really able to have a perfect above the average execution with a very good aerobic exercises was Alessandro Viligiardi from Italy, because he came
Mm,
from gymnastics. So I remember
yeah,
when he was competing, some of the judges were saying, oh, he's too much of a gymnast and he's not enough
right,
aerobic. But let me tell you,
right.
if I had now an athlete like Alessandro Viligiardi doing that routine with that technique and that execution, that would be perfect because he
Yeah,
had everything in the right place. Plus, he was doing real aerobic moves with
that's
perfect
right.
musicality. One of the things that makes me crazy is nobody's following the music anymore. They don't even go on the
That's
beat.
right. That's right. That's
they,
right.
they, they are not in time. They don't care about the music. They don't care about except for a few choreographies or few
Yeah,
athletes, and you can exactly
yeah,
say which athlete has a choreographer behind. They follow the music. The
yeah.
one that are just for a club with not a specific choreography with a background, they're just like the music is just a background music, and
That's
that's
right.
really
Yeah.
depressing to me.
Yeah, it's until now I do a lot of choreographies like in many countries, and then it becomes the point that if I feel like it's easy to win when you have the good athlete because you know the formula that is not in the rule. You know what I'm saying? It's not in the rule. I'm telling you one thing. For example, Riri Kitazumi, right, from Japan, she won the world championship.
Yeah,
If you check the lines of the legs, it's not like all the children's all the very good lines. She don't have very good lines on the leg, you know what made her won was the energy, was the choreography, was the music. Because
yeah,
let's compare her pike or her lips. She have a problem with the knee that she cannot have a straight knee. She born with that. I'm working with her since she was 8 years old. That's what make her win.
yeah, yeah.
Do
Of
you
course,
agree with that or
I totally agree because there's this is something that basically you have to feel inside, the kind of
yeah,
emotions that you want to give on stage, and it can be taught by somebody like you, like I before when you were talking about Eleonora came from gymnastics, so for her it was difficult at the beginning making the showmanship
to
because
change?
she was
Yeah,
she was used to to be a gymnast. She was on the line, she was doing this, and then she was doing tumbling, and that okay.
right,
Then you can
right.
teach it, and it's also a way that you teach to people to express a part of themselves that sometimes they're not used to, but that really
Yeah,
helps them also growing because you really have to project your positivity and the love for what you do in the
that's
same
right.
time when you do it. And that is the thing. I remember when Luby Gadzov won the world championship, she went on stage and her face was like, I'm gonna win this world championship no matter what you
Yeah,
think. And from
yeah,
the beep till the end, her face was the one of a champion, and she
yeah,
was fantastic. Not for the
yeah.
tech, she was fantastic for everything, but the thing that really made me give me goosebumps was her face and her attitude on stage for the whole length of the routine.
That's right. I mean, and it was the main thing, the main thing, because I remember when I started to work with her, she said, like, Paul, what should I do? I said, like, you need to be yourself, because you have good skills, but you just have to enjoy. Go in this stage as a diva, as a woman,
Yeah,
look like. and this thing, she started to understand because she was young, and then she started to understand the process. And that's what's going on right now that people need to understand. If they want to keep moving with the sports aerobics, if they don't put their heart on it, if they don't put this kind of the passion, it's going to go. Because actually, first of all, children's 19, 20, 21, they're still young. They can really perform. They can really show, So, and then if somebody come with a good choreographer that had a coach that trained them to have the feeling, to have the heart, to do the interpretation of the music, they're gonna win easy. Because doesn't matter what rules change. Champions, we got Sarah Moran, we got Angela McKimil, we got my God, my head is Marcela Lopez, Luby, Lili, all these athletes, they have the emotion, they have the presentation, they have something else, or they have the women, they show that are women, I'm here. So these things are important. That's what I think. I mean, of course, individual men, all this stuff.
Marcela Lopez was this. She had everything plus her personality. And sometimes she was perfect, but there was other athletes that was just as perfect as her, but they did not have her personality on stage, and that's what make her win.
Right. It's just very simple. Make enjoyable, because if you don't, nobody want to watch anymore. There's no, I mean, it's gonna die. It's gonna die. So I just say, like, for all these people that are there in the top, like I'm technical this, I'm a secretary of that. I mean, don't do that. It's a sport that have a long tradition, and please do something to bring back. If you don't, it's gonna die. That's it. It's gonna die.
I agree every single word you say.
Yeah, that's just like that. Okay, let's change the subject. Let's talk about love. Are you a happy guy now?
Yeah, I'm in love. I mean, I met the love of my life when I was not expecting to, and it was not so. It was totally unexpected, and I thought that was going to be just like a small, short experience, and 15 years later, we are still here.
Wow.
And just today, we signed the contract for a new house. So basically, minimum for the next 25 years, now we have to stay together to pay the house. But that is not gonna be the thing that's bringing us together. Is the thing that is just the nicest person on this world, and nobody will ever make me happy just like being together with him. Even just watching TV on the couch, or sleeping during a Netflix episode or whatever. If we do it together, then I cannot be more perfect than that.
Wow, that's beautiful. I have actually this picture. That's beautiful picture. Love that. Love that. Did you choose your tie?
Yes, I chose my tie. Exactly. That was exactly the day that we got wed. And that remember I told you Wilkie, Giovanna, Eleonora, Alex, everybody came to our wedding. I chose my tie because I was completely fixed on the thing that I wanted something of the color called Tiffany. And so I had a bow tie, and I had it handmade in a craftsman in Sicily, because I couldn't find in Turin, where I lived, a Tiffany colored bow tie. So basically, I ordered the tissue, then I sent it to Sicily, where there was this guy that handmade it, and then he sent back to me a bow tie and a regular tie on the same color, and then I tried them both, and then 5 minutes before we get to the mayor to get wed, I decided that I was going to have the bow tie. Everything else was black. So it was black and white, so I decided that I want to have something colorful, because Roberto is the one who brings the color in my life, and so I wanted to have that in my let's say
wedding.
Wedding.
My God, it's a lot of details.
Yeah, you ask me, I tell you.
But love is beautiful, right? Love is beautiful. Let's see what he's gonna say about.
Ciao Curzio, Paolo. Thank you for having me here. So me and Curzio, we have been together for almost 15 years now. And right from the beginning, I understood that you can't spell Curzio without aerobic, dance, gymnastic, and in general, artistic expression in it. So thank you, Curzio, for dragging me in this incredible, amazing, and crazy world that I wasn't really familiar with. You gave me the opportunity to travel the world, see incredible competitions, and meet some of the most talented and gifted people in the world and become really friends with them. So I wasn't lucky enough to see you compete as an athlete, but I saw you being a judge, being a coach, a trainer, an event organizer, and I can testify that you put so much passion, love, dedication in it. That was really incredible to see and so inspiring to me. When you came in Torino and in my life in 2006, it was for the Winter Olympic Games. And back at the days, the motto was passion lives here. And honestly, I don't think it's a coincidence. So thanks a lot, love. And by the way, there's your mom here with our dog, Cleopatra, that just want to say hi. Cheers, thanks.
Oh my God. This was really a surprise. Oh my God. I'm going to cry. No, but it's true. Roberto basically knows all my athletes, and I don't know how, even the athletes that started as a kid, they are his friends on Facebook, and probably they all like him because he's able to make everybody loves him. And the good thing is that in years, like came into the competition, sometime it was like, oh, he was telling me, I don't think that illusion was there. Or maybe that the legs were not parallel. And I was like, yes, that's right. And it was like, you see, because of you talk so much about this stuff that I learned it. And so
Well,
cool.
I have to say that this Champions Talk show with you, it's produced by Roberto.
Yes,
He's the guy who called people. I asked him to call to help me to bring. So it's produced by Roberto.
Oh, he didn't tell me anything.
Is he there now?
Yes, he's on the couch laughing I'm
Could you
gonna.
bring him? Could you bring him here?
Yes, he's in the couch. He's on the couch.
I wasn't there on this t-shirt.
Just to
Thank you
see,
so much.
he has like Dungeons and Dragons
Yeah,
t-shirt
I'm a
because
nerd.
because he's an engineer and I am the opposite. But we really half and half of the two halves of the apple. So basically,
Good connection. That's beautiful.
he gives me the rationality and I give him the creativity, and so together we have.
Roberto, thank you so much for all your help. We've been touching the whole time with the phone, and it's like
Okay,
My pleasure.
I was like, how the hell can Paolo know about Gaia? And I was like, something, on the back of my head, something was wrong, but it's okay. Now I get it.
Well, Roberto Production, guys. I just want to say that you guys are example of love and example of good person, and then I'm very happy to have connection with Italy, but the main thing is that it's a pleasure for me to have people like you, and also to show that love is the main thing for everything. And that's why I built the Champions Talk show, to have these celebrities, these real champions that you guys are, that you are, Curzio, and to be in the show. And also, one more time, I just want to make sure that you know that for 30 years, for so many years, you got the certificate of achievement of your life. That is not that you're stopping right now. You're gonna keep doing. You're gonna keep going. But it's really a pleasure to have you here. Was
Thank you.
wonderful. Was the best ever.
Thanks a
So
lot.
now you stay there, Roberto, because it's Roberto Productions. We know that.
Okay,
So
fine.
your last thoughts from the interview. So please, it's in your hands right now.
The last part, I should interview him. I know everything about him.
What do you want me to? What do you want him to
No,
ask?
no. It's your last thoughts for the interview. It's your last
my
message because
last
you need
thought.
to finish. Sorry.
Okay, my last thought is that I am very grateful for these 30 years because they really gave me friends, knowledge, a job. They gave me the opportunity to be creative. They taught me the importance of fair play and to respect the athlete's effort, even as a judge. You said it at the beginning. For me, it was very something that I really, really was struggling for. It was I really wanted to be fair because having been a judge, having been an athlete, I know the effort that you put to go on stage and put your face after all these months of training, and I really wanted to judge fairly because I know that. And so this is a fantastic sport that will always be the thing that gave me the biggest emotion. When I was going on stage with Saskia hand by hand competing, or when I was watching you competing, or I was watching Alessandro or Robertson competing, or Olga Cardoso or Elena Cardoso or Marcela Lopez, all these people that were so able to transfer their emotions, they all nourished and filled my heart. And so this is the best part, that this sport gave me so much positivity that basically it helped me go through a pandemic, if you think about it. A full quarantine that I survived thanks to the aerobics and to all the deep meaning that having met all these people and acknowledge their talent is really brought into my life. So you are thanking me for these 30 years, but I am thanking all of you, the aerobic community, for having made my life so special for the last 30 years.
Perfect. Okay, so thank you so much for your message, and then thank you to be part of this incredible moment. You are history. Thanks again, Roberto. Okay, and then we're gonna finish now with your video again. With your video that say, I am what I am. Keep being yourself, keep being an example, keep trying hard, keeping just going forward, because that's what we have to do right now. We don't know about tomorrow, so we have to enjoy right now. That's the right moment. It's time to be happy now. That's my message with Happy Dance. And big kiss to you. You're the best. Thank you so much to participate.
Thanks a lot. It's been so good to hear. Thank you for all these surprises. I will never be able to thank you enough.
Oh, it's a pleasure. We're going to finish with your video. Showtime. You have a wonderful night.
Okay. And you have a wonderful day.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I am what I am. I am my own special creation. So, come take a look. Give me the hook or the ovation. It's my world that I want to have a little pride in. My world, and it's not a place I have to hide in. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey world, I am what I am. I am what I am. I don't want praise, I don't want pity. I bang my own drum. Some think it's noise, I think it's pretty. And so what if I love each feather and each spangle? Why not try to see things from a different angle? Your life is a sham till you can shout out loud, I am what I am. I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I deal my own deck, sometimes the ace, sometimes the deuces. There's one life and there's no return. And It's time to open up your closet. Life's not worth a damn till you can say, hey, well, I am what I
What a wonderful message. So happy to have the Curzio here. This is for you, Curzio, the trophy of life. You are a champion of your life. Just keep shining. It was a wonderful moment. And let's keep going. Just to let you know, guys, we're going to have tomorrow Regiane da Silva. Vai ser maravilhoso. Uma campeã mundial de aeróbica que foi para campeã mundial de fitness, arrebentando. Então não percam Regiane da Silva, amanhã, maravilhoso, horário do Brasil, 5 horas, a Europa às 10 horas da noite. Vamos lá, vai ser maravilhoso. E uma novidade muito grande, a big news, this person, Ronald Gomlewski, is the incredible person all over the world. He traveled to 90 countries. Ele viajou para 90 países. É uma pessoa, uma personalidade, jornalista, presidente de comunidade judaica, é advogado. It's a wonderful person that we're going to start to work together. Get ready for his message. Don't lose. And of course, the president, ex-president of Fitness Brazil, he just left the Fitness Brazil and then is gonna go for the new journey. Valdir Soares, vai ser um special event, evento especial com o Valdir Soares. Isso vai ser maravilhoso, então estou convidando todo mundo para vir participar. E vai ser um fim de semana maravilhoso. And that's it. Thank you so much. Minasan arigatou gozaimashita. Gracias por todas las personas que estuvieron todo el tiempo con el Championstalk y nos vemos en el próximo. Thank you guys, thank you everybody. The Championstalk é wonderful, é maravilhoso, it's wonderful. É um mix of language because there's a show time. Life is short. Like we said in the video, I am what I am. Just be yourself. Just enjoy your life. Enjoy everything because it's the best you can do right now. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. That is for you.